everyone, my name is Allison and today I'm going to be showing you my Contemporary-Athon TBR and my Tome Topple TBR. I'm really bad at planning. This is actually day one of Contemporary-Athon and I am only now filming this video. NaNoWriMo kind of ate up my life. Everything kind of snuck up on me. November's going by very fast and I'm not prepared for it. Anyway, I figured that it's better late than never, so I am just going to film this TBR video now. I'm going to combine the two because Tome Topple starts at the end of this week and kind of overlaps, I think, with the last day of Contemporary-Athon. So I'm just gonna mush the two together. I'm doing all of the challenges for Contemporary-Athon and I think all but two of the challenges for Tome Topple. Honestly, this lateness has been helpful because I actually made some last minute changes to my TBR, so this works. This works out really, really well. This is actually a bigger pile than I thought I gave myself, so it's a little intimidating, but I'll do it. I'll figure something out. Let's start with Contemporary-Athon. Challenge number one is to read the most recent contemporary that you've purchased. I honestly don't remember the most recent contemporary that I purchased, so I just changed it to the most recent contemporary that I acquired. This is actually the last minute change because I got this book this morning at my library. I went and I saw that they had it and I freaked out and I picked it up and took it home right away. And that book is Moxie by Jennifer Matthew. This book has been going around BookTube for quite a while. I know a lot of people have read it and really, really loved it. Basically, it is about a girl who is fed up with the sexism at her school, so she starts a zine that she passes out in the girls' restroom. It just sounds really cool, and I've been wanting to read it for a long time, so when I saw that my library had it, I had to get it, and so I made some adjustments to my TBR, and now I'm reading it for Contemporary-Athon. I'm gonna start this probably today, honestly. I'm just really, really excited to get to this book, so yeah. Challenge number two is to read an adult contemporary, and for this one, I'm doing Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. This is also a book that has gone around BookTube for quite a while. I've seen a lot of people talking about this. This was my Book of the Month pick for whenever this was featured on Book of the Month. I got it and I didn't read it right away, and then I decided to wait so I could read it for this. I don't like this, I guess, type of contemporary is not something that I normally reach for, but based on what people have been saying about it, I actually think I'm really gonna like it. So I'm very, very much looking forward to this one. I'm probably gonna start this tomorrow, or maybe I should start in on this because it's a little longer and I can just spread it out over the week. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do that. Anyway, this is challenge number two. Challenge number three is to read an LGBTQIA+ book, and for this one I'm going with A Line in the Dark by Melinda Lowe. I started reading this actually earlier this month, but I DNF'd it, not because I wasn't enjoying it, but because I just had too much stuff going on and I couldn't give it enough attention, and I decided to wait until Contemporary-Athon to pick it up and just start over. This features a lesbian main character. She has a crush on her best friend who gets into a relationship with another girl, and our main character, her name is Jess, she doesn't trust this new person that her friend has gotten into a relationship with, and that's all I know and that's all I want to know. This sounds so cool. I've heard lots of great things. People have been saying it's very thrilling, and honestly I've just been trying to find some good thrillers after the not so thrilling thriller that I read for Spookathon. Anyway, I'm very excited to get to this one. Challenge number four is to read a contemporary that is more than 5 years old. For this one I'm actually going to be doing a reread, and that is Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alire-Sanz. I read this book 4 years ago. I was a freshman in college and this was very underwhelming to me when I did read it. However, I've been thinking about this a lot, and I think a lot of the reason why this book didn't impact me as much as it did was a lot of things that were going on in my life that have nothing to do with this book. I was adjusting to college. I read this over the span of months because I would read it between assignments and forget about it and not pick it up for weeks at a time. I had forgotten everything that I read and yet continued to read it. I really should have just DNF'd it and started over, but I didn't believe in DNFing books, which was silly, but that's what I did, and I just powered through it having not remembered much of anything. I had a weird experience with this book. It was probably just really not a good time to read this book, and I just want to see what 4 years later me is gonna feel about it. I really think it's gonna be totally different, and I've been wanting to reread this for a while, and it worked perfectly because this is more than 5 years old. I don't actually know how old this is, but it's old. It's been around for more than 5 years, so this is the perfect chance for me to reread it, and I'm very, very excited. Challenge number 5 is to read a contemporary that is not set in the summer. I have multiple for this. I believe Little Fires Everywhere is not set in the summer, or if it is, it's not set entirely in the summer. Aristotle and Dante starts in the summer, but it moves on through the rest of the year, so I think I can count that one too. But just to play it safe, I guess for this one I'll also put Moxie, because I know this takes place during the school year. I don't really know. Oh, and there's another one on my TBR that I haven't mentioned yet that is not set in the summer, then that works too. So I'm fine. This one's fine. This one works. Number 6 is to read a dark or taboo book. For this one, I was originally going to double up and also put A Line in the Dark, but because of things happening in my life, I am doing There's Someone Inside Your House instead. I started this last week and I was supposed to finish it before Contemporary-Athon started, and that didn't happen because life is unpredictable. So I'm going to finish this for the Contemporary-Athon and count it as my number 6 challenge. I kind of feel like that's cheating because I'm a good chunk into the book, so I will also say A Line in the Dark because this is also a dark taboo, not really, it's a dark contemporary. So yeah, these two for that one. This is the other one that's not set in the summer, by the way, if it wasn't obvious. And finally, challenge number 7 is to buddy read a book or to read the group book. I will be reading the group book, which is Like Water by Rebecca Potos. This is about a girl who lives in a small town in New Mexico, and she works as a mermaid, I think, at a water park or something. That sounds so cool. And then she meets this girl and starts to develop feelings for her, and things happen from there. I don't know a whole lot. My criteria for whether or not I want to know a lot about a book going in is a little sporadic. It's kind of just a vibe that I will get from a book and make that decision. It's really case-by-case basis. But anyway, I don't know a lot about this and I want to keep it that way. It sounds really cool. It has bisexual rep in the main character and I'm very, very excited about it. Then at the end of this week is Tome Topple, which I'm going to be participating in. Not fully, like I said before, I'm not doing 2 of the challenges, but I am doing most of the challenges, so whatever, partial participation is still participation. So here I am. This is my TBR. It's just 2 books. The first book is The Tiger's Daughter by Kay Arsenault Rivera. I met Kay Arsenault Rivera at this conference that I went to last month for my bookstore. She was at this like lunch where she talked about her book, and a bunch of other authors were talking about their books, but they circulated the tables and she sat at my table and talked to me about this book, and I truly don't even know a whole lot about it. It's an epic fantasy, and I don't normally reach for epic fantasy, but she was just so cool, and I couldn't not get the book afterwards. Like, I just had to. She was just really cool, and I want to read her work. This is the beginning of a series, I believe, so that works for that challenge. Will I finish it? Maybe. Tome Topple is 2 weeks, so I'm still not 100% confident that I'll finish, but I'm a little more confident than I would be if it was just 1 week, like I thought it was. So, Tiger's Daughter, very excited. The second tome for Tome Topple is The Little Friend by Donna Tartt. I started to read this over the summer. I could not get through the first 100 pages and I DNF'd it. The Goldfinch and the Secret History are 2 of my most favorite books ever. So the fact that this one was so hard for me was really surprising and a little disheartening, but I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna try again. This is just over 500 pages, so it technically counts as a tome. Plus, I mean, the text is so tiny, so I think it counts. It works. It's a big book. It's a long book. It's a lot of work to get through. This checks off the challenge of reading an adult novel, and these 2 together check off the challenge of reading more than 1 tome. I will not be reading a graphic novel just because there's not a graphic novel on my radar that is more than 500 pages, not even a bind up or anything like that, so I'm just gonna sit that one out. If I find something in the 2 weeks that interests me, maybe I'll add it to my TBR or something. If there's something that you would recommend for me, let me know. I can totally add it. A graphic novel I'm not that scared of, even if it's 500 plus pages. I'm totally open to suggestions or recommendations. If you know of anything, please let me know. But for now, unless I find something, I'm just not gonna do that one. I'm also not gonna be buddy reading because I just decided to do this 2 last minute and made no effort whatsoever to find someone to buddy read with. Unless someone's reading one of these books or recommends a graphic novel to me that I would want to read that you're also reading for Tome Topple, and then we can buddy read, and then I can do that challenge too. But unless that happens, I'm not going to be buddy reading either, which is whatever. I'm doing enough in November as it is, so maybe it's for the best. This is a big pile of books, and I don't know if I'm gonna get through it all in, like, what, 3 weeks? That's a lot of reading in 3 weeks, especially when I'm still trying to do Nano. I'm going to be really realistic and say that I'm probably not gonna finish all of these books. I'm going to be really ambitious and try anyway, but I'm obviously not going to beat myself up if I can't get to all of these. It's just fun to set unrealistic goals. at least to me. I know I'm late to the game for Contemporary-Athon, but please comment down below, show me your TBR videos, or tell me what you're reading because I would love to chat with you about it. I am not too late to the game for Tome Topple, so definitely link me those TBRs and tell me what you're reading because I would, again, love to chat with you all about it. So I'm just gonna go read now. I'm done. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, enjoy your reading. Bye!